please welcome Bella Chipperfield. How you doing, Bella?
What, mate?
You all right? We gig at the Half Moon quite a lot, don't we? And even that kind of corridor, which is always sticky and a bit
Oh,
cold. Like I even miss that. I even miss like standing out in that, waiting to
yeah.
go and play, or talking to someone
Mm.
after the gig. And you don't think you'd miss things like that, do you?
No, and like hearing the girls' toilet flush every time you
Yeah,
finish a song.
yeah,
Door slam.
yeah. I know, as it's one Pint One Song, I always have to mention what I'm drinking. I'm on the vintage cider, so
Oh,
I've got a 2019 vintage, which I guess good because that's about 2 years ago.
pre-pandemic. Yeah, nice.
Pre-pandemic, yeah, and you don't see much of 2019. You don't hear much of 2019
No,
these
what a
days.
year.
It's all 2020, isn't it? And I believe you have a pint of coffee, don't you?
Fine coffee, mate.
Yeah.
Size of this bad boy. Ridiculous. I know. What I would do for a pint of Guinness right now.
Oh, I know,
I'm
I know.
yeah, on the old medication for
Yeah.
the spinal situation. So I'm sorry if I'm, as I was saying before, I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow. So hopefully the coffee will balance it out. I'm buzzing.
Yeah. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Steve produced "Be More Kind," which you were very
Yeah.
kind to add your vocals to last
Oh
year.
no, it was an honour, and what an amazing job Stephen did, and yourself.
Yeah, it was.
What a great project.
And so yeah, if anyone doesn't know, we did an NHS single last year called "Be More Kind," which was a Frank Turner song, and I just kind of messaged and phoned up loads of people that I thought were great, and was like, Do you want to sing a couple of lines? I didn't really know how it was
All right,
going to
I
work.
like you. Can you sing a line of a song, please? Be my
Basically, yeah.
friend.
I was like, I need 18. Have I got 18 friends? Hopefully. I was like,
How many lines are there?
yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, that person's going to have three because we've got one
Yeah.
left, one left over. Um, and Stephen's asked actually already, are all your guitars in different tunings, Bella, or just different tones?
Wow. They are actually, do you know what? Like, so for any of you who don't know, my dad plays guitars and I'm very lucky. Like, I wouldn't play harp unless my dad made my first harp for me, which is an Irish lever harp. And he said, I'm only making one of them, never again. And this is one of his first ones. This is a Lord of the Rings guitar. It's got Aragorn's sword on the
Wow.
headstock. And that's in open tuning. We've got open tuning. We have actually tried putting a guitar in the tuning of Baghdad before.
Wow.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's in a John Martin tuning actually, which
Oh,
is
wow.
lush. So yeah, we've got a couple of different tunings going on. Hell of a lot of drop D. That's my go-to.
That's your thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Or drop C, open G.
Ooh. But I love Open G, and I think just because of the kind of like the country kind of like sound you can get out of it, and
Oh
but I
yeah.
always find that if I don't play it in enough, I get confused by the shapes, like you said, because again I'm not massively in on guitar theory, so I end up playing the wrong shapes, and it can sound really bad if you play it sometimes.
Just break a bottle, use the neck.
Yeah, 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 exactly. But no, it's amazing, and it's amazing your dad makes all those guitars, and Joe as well. It's great.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah, because like we were talking about before, Joe's actually the last few guitars, Joe sort of wanted to take on, and as he learnt more with Dad, and he worked in the lovely guitar shop in Hartford with Neil and Jess for a
Mm,
while, and he's always known so much about guitars and about how they're set up, how they're made, and with Dad's knowledge as a wood turner and luthier, he understands about the wood, and he had this dream of making a torrefied top, which means that the wood grain is kind of, it's like it's baked, not terrified, but torrified.
wow.
And so where you put the grain changes the vibrations and things like this. So he's made a torrified top um, dreadnought, which is really nice. My brother Joe Chipperfield, if you want to look him up, he's doing guitar setups, and he's got perfect pitch, and he's just ridiculous. He inherited all the good genes. So that's irritating. But he's really doing well with it, and he can find stuff that's wrong with your guitar that you might not have known about, even if it's a sweet wrapper stuck on the inside.
Yeah.
He'll tone down frets, reset them, do the action, and all of that. So him and Dad have sort of been working their way at it. It grew out of a hobby and a love of doing it that Dad did it, and then Joe's kind of ended up taking it over, and Joe's made a few now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall, how have you been during this very strange year that we've had? Have you managed to, obviously you've carried on doing videos and making music, which is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I've mainly become addicted to cheese toasties and watched the entire box set of Sopranos. I want, like, music can bring people together at a time like this. Then when people start coming together, you're like, oh, you know, all the NHS are doing this amazing stuff. Like, as a musician, I can't work in a hospital. I can't help this situation. What can I do? So it's also struggling with finding time to do it when you feel like doing it.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy something, you'll find that you just do it.
Absolutely.
But when you're in a bad state of mind, it's kind of hard you can't force it.
Yeah. It's definitely seemed like that in this. So I think you got a really good point about, you have to feel like doing it, really, don't you?
And I think it's important to know that that's okay. To not feel like doing it, and with creative stuff, to like accept that, do you know what, it's all right that I'm not creative today. I can't force it. And then the times when you'll just be having like an average day, and all of a sudden you just have this burst of, oh, I'd like to do it. It's like everyone has their vice.
Yeah. And
some musicians, I really like the way, I can't remember his name, singer of Joy Division put it, that I don't do music because I want to. I do it because I have to. Like I feel like I need to, and sometimes I don't want to. But it's that whole feeling of like, it's kind of like the Chinese symbol of medicine and music is so similar, and it's that vibe of, you know, something that helps you. You do it.
Yeah, I really love that.
When you need it. Yeah. Music's always there for you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, definitely. And it is sometimes just like an impulse, isn't it? And then something comes out and you just don't know. But yeah.
In the middle of a funeral. Sorry, the mute took me. It's all about me.
This is a nice comment from Clark Roberts. Joe set up my guitars. I can vouch for his skills. So
hey, Clark, nice one.
That's really good. So you have started on some new material, or is this material that you've been working on for a while?
Yeah, well, the song that we've got playing in a sec, that's actually one I wrote in 2017. I wrote it ages ago, so I, looked it up again and started. So it's just the one-off, and I might be putting it on Spotify and stuff. It's just like a single, but I'm going to see what happens, because I'm working on the whole cover thing, just trying to learn how to use Adobe Audition, doing multi-track recordings, because I'm losing some feeling in my hands. So I was thinking, well, if I do multi-tracks, I can build on top, and hopefully no one will know, except I've just told people who are listening.
You see, it's true what you say about instruments. There is a difference, isn't there, between a beautiful, amazing instrument, like well-made instrument, and something which is good, but doesn't quite sound as good in recording.
Absolutely. When I was a session musician back in the day, I did a couple of sessions at Universal and Ridge Road Studios. The Who recorded Brick in the Wall, all that kind of stuff, and they had I played the Hammond that's on that album, and then at Universal I got to play Freddie Mercury's Concert Grand piano. Wow. And Damian Marley had been in the day before, and the whole place stank of flute, the whole place, and on the piano, like, there was this line of tobacco. Oh my God, Damian Marley's been here. I think Freddie would approve, though.
Oh, I think
That's
so.
my like claim to fame. I think that I literally just melted on this piano. It was insane. You could climb in it and lie in it. It was so good. Not that I did. But he donated it to them. What a lovely man.
That's amazing. That is
Yeah,
amazing.
and that piano, honestly, never played another piano like it. Not
Yeah.
just because of the piano it was, but like who owned it. But the
Mm.
oh my god! I
Mm.
started learning guitar later on. After I played piano since I was about 6, and then
Yeah.
Dad was making guitars, so it was like play guitar. And I had lovely Jeff Carpenter teach me, absolute legend.
Oh,
He's so
Jeff. Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thing without
He's a
Jeff.
bit of a ledge, isn't he?
Oh god, no. And he taught me about. He was like, "You go playing guitar, you're going to learn how to pick. I don't want you using any of these plectrums, being one of them." I cannot use plectrum to this day.
Well,
I can't do it. So actually, finger picking like that and playing the piano, I saw someone at
mm.
Cambridge Folk Festival playing the harp. I was like, oh my god, it's like the love child of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you play piano, you can play harp.
Okay. So I think let's have a listen to song. So tell us about its Immigration Song, is it called? Yeah.
Yeah, so immigration song. So a bit of a Led Zeppelin fan. I think that's
Great.
where it came from. But
Yeah.
actually, it's a bit of a faux pas because the song is about refugees. You know, it's
Yeah.
having to leave somewhere, and it's actually based on. It was just written back in 2017 when Alan Kurdi, the boy who was on all the front pages, he washed up on the shores of the
Mm.
Mediterranean Sea, and his dad was the only survivor of his family. They were travelling to Greece because they wanted to immigrate to Canada, but due to legislation at the time, they couldn't. So they were trying to travel to Greece on this boat. And along with, I think, about 13 other people, he passed away. His brother, he was 3, his brother was 5, and his mum died as well. And his dad's the only one that survived.
Wow.
Right, I've never thought of myself as kind of trying to put myself out politically, but I think at that time I literally just had a day on my own with the guitar. I was like, this has to be there has to be like a message, a musical message around this. And I didn't post it, I didn't do anything about it. I was just playing with it, and the lyrics kind of fitted. And there's a verse about Donald Trump or
Oh,
a
really?
guy in a suit. Yeah,
Great.
there ain't no room for you, but I'm still sailing in. The idea is that, you know, that at the end of the song, it's like there's still a little boy looking out at the sea. So whatever we can do to be aware that there will always, probably always be turmoil, and there will always be refugees wanting to find safety. And this is probably, if I could say political, I don't know. So the
Yeah.
folk vibe came from like, how can I do a folk song? So I've been brought up on blues and stuff like that. And so then I played my bit of fiddle in it.
That's lovely. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption at the time, so
Yeah.
that's where the vibe comes
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a little bit redneck, but
Which I love.
yay.
Well, what we will do, we will sit back and we will listen to it. So
Thank you.
Little boy floating on the shore. His mama's gone. Oh, his mama's gone. No room at the inn, they say it's people bow their heads and they turn away. Oh, they turn away. He said, Mama, pack your things. We're gonna sail across to Norway. We hear our home calling. Oh, we're going home. There's a little boy sitting by the shore, dreaming of a land that was before.
awesome.
Amazing.